the U.S. China trade war. It's a phrase that has dominated headlines, sparked heated debates, and sent ripples of uncertainty through the global economy. On the surface, it appears to be a classic economic conflict. Two superpowers vying for dominance, each using tariffs as weapons to protect their own industries and interests. But what if this simplistic narrative misses a crucial piece of the puzzle? What if the trade war's impact on China is more nuanced and, in some ways, beneficial to Beijing's agenda? While tariffs have undoubtedly hurt some sectors, they've also pushed China to innovate and become more self-reliant. The trade war has accelerated China's technological advancements, particularly in areas like 5G, artificial intelligence, and renewable energy. Moreover, it has encouraged Chinese consumers to support domestic brands, fostering a sense of national pride and economic independence. On the other side, American companies have faced their own set of challenges. Supply chains have been disrupted, and the cost of goods has risen. U.S. farmers in particular have felt the pinch, with exports to China plummeting and government subsidies only partially offsetting the losses. Despite these challenges, both nations have engaged in numerous rounds of negotiations, seeking a resolution that could redefine global trade norms. The outcome of this trade war will not only shape the future of U.S.-China relations, but also set a precedent for how economic conflicts are managed in an increasingly interconnected world. As we move forward, it's crucial to understand the complexities and long-term implications of this trade war beyond the headlines and immediate economic impacts. Only then can we fully grasp the true nature of this unprecedented economic conflict and its potential to reshape the global economic landscape. The U.S.-China trade war is more than just a battle of tariffs. It's a pivotal moment in the evolution of global trade, with far-reaching consequences for all.
Harvard economist Larry Summers, a distinguished voice in international economics, suggests a perspective-shifting argument. Summers, a former U.S. Treasury Secretary and a seasoned observer of global economic forces, argues that the trade war, while undoubtedly impactful, has inadvertently provided China with a convenient scapegoat. This scapegoat, he posits, serves a dual purpose: deflecting internal criticism and advancing China's strategic goals on the world stage. Summers' argument hinges on the Chinese government's ability to leverage external pressures to its advantage. By blaming U.S. tariffs for economic slowdowns or internal challenges, Beijing can effectively divert attention away from domestic issues. This tactic, as Summers highlights, is not uncommon in authoritarian regimes. When faced with internal discontent or economic headwinds, shifting blame to an external enemy can rally nationalist sentiment and solidify control.
The implications of this dynamic extend far beyond economics. By painting the U.S. as an adversary intent on stifling China's rise, Beijing can justify increased domestic control and crackdowns on dissent. The trade war, in this sense, becomes a convenient pretext for consolidating power and silencing opposition. This narrative also resonates on the international stage, allowing China to position itself as a victim of unfair American aggression. Section 5. Global Ripples, Supply Chains and Trust. The impact of the trade war, however, is not confined to the United States and China. The interconnected nature of the global economy means that tariffs and trade disputes send shockwaves through global supply chains. Businesses around the world, reliant on the intricate web of trade between the two economic giants, are forced to adapt to uncertainty, rising costs, and shifting geopolitical sands. Section 6. The illusion of a bilateral brawl. In the intricate web of global economics, the notion of a bilateral brawl between two superpowers is a simplification that masks the true complexity of the situation. Furthermore, the trade war's impact on international perceptions cannot be underestimated. The ripple effects extend far beyond the borders of the United States and China, influencing markets, policies, and economic strategies worldwide. While the conflict is often framed as a bilateral brawl, its consequences reverberate globally. The interconnected nature of modern economies means that a disruption in one part of the world can lead to unforeseen consequences in another. Countries are forced to navigate the complexities of maintaining relations with both the United States and China, often walking a tightrope to avoid alienating either side. This balancing act requires diplomatic finesse and strategic foresight. Often facing difficult choices that have long-term economic and political implications, nations must weigh the benefits of aligning with one superpower against the potential costs of alienating the other. These decisions are not made lightly, as they can shape the future of international relations for years to come. This dynamic risks fragmenting the global trading system, creating a more polarized and less cooperative international environment. The potential for new alliances and rivalries to emerge is high, further complicating the global economic landscape. Undermining the rules-based order that has underpinned decades of economic growth and stability, the trade war challenges the very foundations of the global economy. The established norms and agreements that have facilitated international trade and cooperation are now under threat, leading to uncertainty and instability. As countries grapple with these challenges, the need for multilateral cooperation and dialogue becomes ever more apparent. The illusion of a bilateral brawl obscures the reality that global problems require global solutions. Only through collective effort can the international community hope to navigate the complexities of the modern economic landscape. In conclusion, the trade war between the United States and China is not just a bilateral issue but a global one. Its impact is felt in every corner of the world, affecting economies, policies, and international relations. The path forward requires a nuanced understanding of these dynamics and a commitment to fostering cooperation and stability in an increasingly interconnected world. Section 7. Beyond the headlines, a call for nuance. Summers' insights offer a crucial reminder that the U.S. China trade war is far more complex than it appears. Understanding the nuances of this conflict, particularly China's ability to utilize it for its own strategic ends, is essential for policymakers and observers alike. Simplistic narratives that fail to grasp these complexities risk misinterpreting events and making decisions based on incomplete information. Section 8. The perils of short-sighted policy. The trade war underscores the interconnectedness of the global economy and the far-reaching consequences of protectionist policies. While tariffs might seem like a straightforward solution to protect domestic industries, their ripple effects can be unpredictable and counterproductive. The unintended consequences of the trade war, as highlighted by Summers, serve as a cautionary tale against short-sighted policy decisions in an increasingly interconnected world. Section 9. Navigating the future, dialogue and understanding. In an increasingly interconnected world, the importance of dialogue and understanding cannot be overstated. As we delve into the intricacies of international relations, particularly between economic giants like the United States and China, it becomes evident that open communication is the cornerstone of progress. As the United States and China navigate this complex relationship, a nuanced understanding of the trade war's multifaceted impacts is paramount. The trade war has not only affected the economies of these two nations, but has also had ripple effects across the global market. Analysts and economists are constantly evaluating data to understand the broader implications and to forecast future trends. Open dialogue, informed by expert perspectives like those offered by Larry Summers, is crucial for crafting effective policies that address legitimate economic concerns without exacerbating tensions or undermining global stability. Summers, along with other thought leaders, provides invaluable insights that help policymakers navigate these turbulent waters. Their expertise ensures that decisions are made based on comprehensive analysis, rather than reactionary measures. The stakes are too high to allow simplistic narratives to dictate the future of this critical relationship. The global financial markets are highly sensitive to the dynamics between the U.S. and China. Business leaders and policymakers must engage in serious discussions, considering all variables and potential outcomes. By fostering a culture of open dialogue and mutual understanding, we can work towards a more stable and prosperous global economy. The path forward requires collaboration, informed decision-making, and a commitment to addressing the complexities of international trade and relations.